That's right, ladies and gentlemen. 6 more years of Jake Long on the Miami Dolphins. He's a huge factor in our offense. He is key to my winning, to my pass blocking and run blocking. And we're going to get into some Miami Dolphins connected careers. We're seeing our quarterback Ryan Tannehill warming up. We're playing the Oakland Raiders. This is week 2, episode 3 of the series. And we're playing a tough Raiders defense here. They have a lot of speed on offense, and last year they acquired Carson Palmer, who a lot of people don't give him credit for, however you want to say it. I've always really liked Carson Palmer. And some of you guys last game were saying that you didn't want to see me breeze through games and just dominate my opponents, which is not the case here. Really pay attention to the game plays as Jacoby Ford almost takes it all the way. This is a tough game. As you can see, the previous game before that, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception for Carson Palmer. And he's not really the factor here. Today's game, they have some good rushes by McFadden, and I don't want to give it away. But it's a really good game, I think. I'll tell you that the Raiders, they do take an early lead, but we kind of catch up, and it's pretty exciting. There's Hayward Bay right there with a nice little catch. 3rd and inches right here. Can we stop them? Can we do it? Can we stop them? No, McFadden just runs it up the right-hand side right there. No big deal. And that's pretty much what they did to us. They completely ran over my defensive back right there. And it's been a tough game. Before this, as you guys know, Reggie Bush, one of our staples on our team, he's hurt. So we have Steve Slayton in here playing running back, and he's making a nice run right there. He's trying to prove himself, trying to take over that starting spot. Maybe, when Reggie Bush comes back, maybe he can be our starter. A problem I've noticed with Slayton, though, in practice and things like that, he's having a lot of problems holding onto the ball. He keeps fumbling, and I don't know. I think that once he fumbles once, it keeps getting to his head. It bothers him. I've had talks with him. I keep telling him, for the next couple of weeks, he's our guy. He's got to make plays. He's got to hold on to that ball. And I tell him to look at people like Adrian Peterson, for instance, who, as I'm saying this right there, Steve Slayton fumbles. Luckily, we recover. People like Adrian Peterson, he had trouble fumbling early on with his career, and he completely fixed that. And he's the premier back in the league. Either him and Maurice Jones-Drew, the top 1 and 2 running backs in the NFL right now. And I'm trying to motivate Steve Slayton and let him know that I believe in him. And Plaxico Burress drops a pass right there. I guess some of you guys might want to know what's going on between Plaxico Burress and Terrell Owens on their on-field issues. We haven't really had too many problems lately. I can sense the little bit of tension in the locker room. They don't really talk to each other. Like I said before, I had to have a sit down and tell them, we're a family. We need to squash whatever beef we have. Arnaz Battle with a nice catch right there. We don't see much from him. We have a lot of other great receivers in T.O., Chad Johnson, and Plaxico. So he's not really there. Between him and Clyde Gates. I really do like Clyde Gates, by the way. I believe he's a rookie, and he's a really good receiver. He's number 10 on the team. You'll see him later on. That's Terrell Owens, actually his only catch of the game. I don't know what's going on with him. I just don't understand it. Ever since they've had that little beef between him and Plaxico, I don't know, maybe he's thrown off his game or what it is. Maybe he's just nervous to try to make a play, try to make an impact, but he's not really been a factor much. So as I said, things have kind of calmed down between those two. They don't really talk much. I can tell there's a little bit of tension. Hopefully that gets worked out later on through the season. And right here, Plaxico Burress, the first touchdown pass of the game right there. Plaxico, nice catch, buddy. I really appreciate that, and I'm sure Ryan Tannehill does as well. Let's go ahead and talk about Tannehill while we're at it. Tannehill has been amazing. I told you guys from the get-go it was between him, Garrard, and Matt Moore. I chose Tannehill because of his accuracy. The first game of the season, he completed like 95% of his passes. He may not have a huge arm like some of the other NFL quarterbacks, but he's making the right throws. And another great thing I like about him is, look at that, 72% completion, 137 yards, and a touchdown. We were completely getting dominated in the first quarter. We come back, it's a 10-10 right here. We throw it to, I believe his name, Sean Nelson right there. Picked him up out of free agency. And he's just making all the right throws, just completely overwhelming with the slants and things like that. Plaxico Burress, what an amazing grab right there, ladies and gentlemen. That is exactly why we signed him. He can make catches like that and no problem. And we need someone like that on our team. But anyway, as I was saying, Ryan Tannehill has really stepped up as a leader for this team, for our offense and our whole team overall. Steve Slayton with a fumble. I was talking about it earlier, and this is costly right here because Bartell runs it all the way back and ties the game up again as we were getting ready to take a huge lead. We could have scored down there and been up by 2 touchdowns, but instead Bartell picks up the fumble and runs it all the way back. Steve Slayton has got to hold on to the ball better than that if he wants to remain on our team and remain the number one back until Reggie Bush gets hurt. I don't know what we're going to do. He's had a lot of fumbles in practice, as I said before, and that right there is costly. That kind of swings the whole momentum as Ryan Tannehill throws an interception to Van Dyke, and he runs in the back of his other defender right there. And this is kind of where it starts to go downhill. We had off to a slow start. We came back, and oh my gosh, Carson Palmer right there with a nice little throw to the side of the end zone. Somehow the receiver gets his feet down, and we're down 24-17. Ryan Tannehill gets sacked. I believe on the day he was sacked 7 times. I know after throwing that pick he got sacked like 3 or 4 more times. I believe he kind of showed his rookiness right here in this game. He's had some problems with that, holding on to the ball a little bit too long and taking some unnecessary sacks. I understand he doesn't want to, make a bad pass, throw a pick or anything like that, but sometimes you just got to take the hit, as he does there, and fumbles. And as I said before, that's pretty much where the game went downhill. A nice pass to Chad Johnson right there, who could be gone, but no, he gets stopped in the back, or from the back, as we show Ryan Tannehill stats. He's actually got more passing yards and touchdowns than Carson Palmer, and does have that pick from earlier. He's just trying to make a play. Anyway, as I was saying, off the field, is he sacked again. Ryan Tannehill's become a pretty good leader. He's really stepped up and tried to get the team motivated and focused, and all through adversary and things like that we've had. People give us a lot of credit, or not a lot of credit, but a lot of guff for the players that we've signed and some of the decisions I've made as coach. As Ryan Tannehill throws that pick right there, his number 2 of the game, and it's just not really looking good for us. He's being rushed, and he forced a bad pass, just trying to get rid of it, trying to make something happen. Right here, Clyde Gates. Earlier, I was telling you about it. This receiver's really impressed me, and I'm looking to hopefully his overall will go up, and maybe he can make a few depth chart move forwards. A couple go up on the depth chart a little bit between now and next year. I'm sure that a lot of our receivers are older, which is why we get some of that guff I was talking about. A lot of people, criticize me and some of my coaching decisions for picking up people like Chad Johnson and Plaxico Burress and T.O. They are older. I understand that, but we're trying to win this year. Some of our goals is to make an 8-game season. Win 8 games a season is one of our season-long goals, and I want more than that. I want to go to the playoffs. Heck, I'd love to win a Super Bowl. That would be amazing. But we're not playing like a Super Bowl caliber team in this game at all. Ryan Tannehill takes another sack right there, and we lose the game to the Oakland Raiders. We came back, and then once we started the turnovers, things just didn't work out for us. We can't have turnovers like that. We can't be throwing interceptions and fumbling all the time if we expect to win in the NFL. It's just not a realistic goal, not a realistic at all if we're going to keep on giving the game away, really. Carson Palmer was effective, but by no means was he a huge factor. He was just accurate and made one good touchdown throw. As we see Ryan Tannehill's quarterback rating, some of his stats right there. He's just got to play better and watch the turnovers. We see some of the receivers right here. Chad Johnson and Plaxico Burress, pretty good game. But that's it, guys. I'm out of here. I'll talk to you later. See you next time.